Hi guys, what is up? My name is Shmi. We have just hit 200 subscribers. So in celebration of that, I will be doing you guys. If for those of you guys who are too fucking lazy to read the book well, I'm going to be summoning it up here for you in this video. So, pack yourself a toke, get prepared, because we're about to start some trippy shit. As a matter of fact, I gotta start packing myself one too. One of Stephen King's most fucked up book from the 80s, mainly because he was on cocaine. Just give her a moment. Alright, so because of Stephen King's book is so really fucked up, how about we smoke something to calm ourselves down, yeah? Simply known as 420, no, I'll edit that out. Simply known as fucking blazing while you read. I got my bowl, as you can see. And for those of you guys who want to get a little bit more fucked up, put some tobacco in your little tobacco tray. Add a little bit of tobacco like so. And then you cover it up with weed. Alright. Have faith in me. No, I'm just... Now that... Alright. Now that we've gotten our first toke, let's read it. I forgot to mention that this book is always jumping across several time periods. So I'm just gonna stick with like the main characters and like the Losers Club and some of the Bowers' Club's story, and some of Pennywise's too, even though there's so much Pennywise I would love to talk about. Let's get started. Oh shit. Let's get started with page 1. After the flood, 1957, the terror which would not end for another 28 years, if it ever did end, begins so far as I know or can tell with a boat made from a sheet newspaper floating down the gutters swollen with the rain. So hear that? We're already starting off on a fucked up note. So the year is 1957, and it is rainy as all living hell in Derry, Maine. And well, let's just say not a lot of nice things have happened in Derry, Maine. This kid named Georgie Dunborough, as all 6 or 7 year olds want to do, they want to go fuck around in the rain. So, you know what? We let them. His older brother makes him a newspaper boat and asks his little brother Georgie to go down into the basement and get their wax. What happens? Absolutely nothing. We get about like 10 full fucking pages of just them talking shit to each other. At some point, Georgie calls Bill a shit. Yeah, a shit. Calls him a fucking shit. And you know what? Let's find out. Pennywise rips his arm from his body, and Georgie crawls away and only managing to crawl for 45 seconds as a man named David Gardner comes running out of his house hearing the yells. As a man named David Gardner comes running out of his house hearing the yells from inside. Gets there within 45 seconds, 45 quick seconds since the first scream of Georgie Elmer Dunborough. And he gets to little Georgie, turns him around. Georgie's already dead. And this devastates Bill for the rest of his life. Billy his real name is William Dunborough. He's called Stuttering Bill by his friends, people at school, even his teachers, but they wouldn't call him Stuttering Bill to his face. Yeah, I'm fucking it all up already. 3 months roll by, and Ben is biking down the street. And guess who he sees? It's that motherfucking clown. He's asking him if he wants to get a balloon. Ben is like, should I? And then he doesn't, because he's a little bitch. And then it turns into himself into a mummy and scares Ben away, and Ben starts fucking off. And then he rolls up to Henry Bowers, and big mistake, because Henry Bowers, fucking Patrick Hochstetter, Victor Chris, and Belch Huggins at a ledge, and they cut a fucking H into his stomach. Yeah. And they even showed that in the 2017 It movie. Could we play the clip right here? And see, that was pretty fucked up in itself. So Ben kicks Henry, and then fucking tumbles down the hill and then hides. And then Henry chases them, and then they find Bill Dunborough and Eddie Kasbrak trying to make a dam. And Henry fucking breaks Eddie's nose, which I thought was pretty fucked up, since Eddie was pretty young. And then Eddie has an asthma attack. And and then Ben comes up, and then they become friends. And yeah, that's how Ben, Bill, and Eddie met. And then soon after, three other people joined. Beverly, the only female in the group, and one of my of all 7 of them, she's my 3rd favorite. Anyhow, and Richie and Stanley, and then they all build a fucking dam, which was actually a pretty nice scene. Why would they do it? Well, I think Nostalgia Critic put it better. Can we play that clip?
Because it's fucking Maine, and by God, that's as exciting as it gets. Hell, there's even some famous jerk-off writers who write about it. That's how exciting it is up there.
So after they make the dam, they get in trouble by a guy named Mr. Neil, cop, an Irish cop, which Richie shows why they call him Trashmouth Richie. He starts talking in an Irish accent like Mr. Nell, and well, after Richie, Bill tells Richie to shut up, he finally listens, and then yeah, that happens. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that there's just also this other guy named Mike Hanlon, the only black family. I was about to also quote. Okay, maybe I'm gonna edit that out. Mike Hanlon is an outsider family that lives just on the outskirts of Maine. And well, it turns out every single one of these losers clubs get fucking bullied by Henry Bowers, Victor Chris, Belch Huggins, Reginald Belch Huggins, Patrick Hochstetter, Moose Stadler, Steve Moose Stadler, Peter Gordon. Dude, Henry Bowers has a losers club of his own, I swear to fucking God. And, I'm just gonna call him the Bullies Club, because, yeah, it's... Anyways, they all have been experiencing it in different ways. Like I said earlier, Mike with Ben with fucking Mummy. Bill has been has seen Georgie's picture like bleed, and the pages flipped on their own. Stanley was at the standpipe alone, and then he saw a bunch of dead kids that drowned a couple of years prior, and that's honestly got to be the scariest thing. And Mike has been getting attacked by a bird, which I've also been attacked by a bird too when I was a baby. Yeah, that's something for later to tell. Beverly Sink starts attacking her. That's hard to explain. Actually, I'll just play the clip right here. Eddie's been seeing a leper that's been offering him some sexual favors, and Richie's seen this statue and Daria fucking attack him, and Richie just swept it off as like, it was just my imagination fucking with me. Which he didn't know, which later would be his greatest weapon. Anyways, back on track. Oh, wait. So, June 21st rolls by, and Ed Corcoran is now missing, and so is Betty Ripson, and, you know, I don't really pay attention to whenever it says, like, a different character. I'm usually paying attention, but that's different, okay? I'm a slow reader, okay? Anyways, and... and, well, let's talk about Henry Bowers. Henry Bowers is, Henry Bowers is getting abused. Okay, let's just face it. Nobody in the book has a even closest thing to a healthy relationship. Like, what the fuck do they smoke to make them such douchebags to their children? Like, they don't even like, when Henry is fucking with Eddie later in the book, an adult rolls by and tries to pull him off, but Henry, 12 years old Henry, pushes the adult figure and tells him to fuck off, and he does, to go call the police, and this is fucked. Most of the main characters are 12 years old. Most, but I don't remember. It's been a long time since I'm just reading, like, the parts that I'm reading, like, I'm basically, okay, you know what? Let's edit this whole part out. After they find out that it's been killing all the children around the fucking town, they they decide to... Oh yeah, that's right, no. So, Bill... Okay, the Losers Club minus Mike, because he's elsewhere, is fucking around near the dump, throwing off fireworks, and then Bill's like, guys, get some rocks, I sense something's coming. He gets all that Danny Torrance from The Shining all on him, and And while Mike is running up, and while he's being chased by Henry Bowers, and also his losers club, his bullies club, and then the losers club start throwing rocks towards Henry's group, and this would become known as the apocalyptic rock fight. And then everyone fucks off until there's like just Belch, Moose, and Henry left, and then the 7 of them were about to gang up on them, and then they fuck off. So then they go through Mike's dad's old photos.
Now, before we get into that scene, let's take another toke, shall we? They go through his
photos, and they notice someone has been there throughout many years. There's a lot of smoke around the screen, isn't there? Anyhow, the clown starts moving in the picture. The clown is telling the kids, "I'll kill you all." And okay, I'll try not to do anything like that again, but I'll make no promises. Sorry. Stan throws the book and tries to say it wasn't real. It starts shouting no. Everyone's like, "Yes, Stanley," and then they peer pressuring him into saying yes. And well, Bill kind of asks everyone if they could help him kill it, which I think was a big mistake in asking Stanley. If any of you know what's about to come, if you guys seen both movies. So they I don't fucking know anymore. They go to Nebel Street. They go under the house, and they go into the house, and it starts fucking with them in many ways. Oh, fuck. Alright. Anyways, it starts fucking with them in many ways. First taking the form of Richie's werewolf, Eddie's leopard, then Stanley's dead kids. I don't fucking know. And Mike's bird. Oh, wait, no, that's near the end. Sorry. This joke's kind of getting to me now. They get scared. They fuck off out of Naval House, and yeah. So for the next couple of weeks, nothing really happens. They catch up to Henry Bowers, Victor Chris, Belch Huggins, and Patrick Hoxer. Catch up to fucking Eddie Casbrack. They break his arm, like they snap it in broad fucking daylight, and Patrick spits in his mouth, and then they fuck off. Like, they're 12 years old, and Eddie's like 10 years old. This is getting fucked up, guys. Fucking, like 2 days later, Beverly's in the dump skating, and she fucks up her knee, and then she ends up walking towards, she hears voices, and she thinks that's Bill and their gang, and then they go see the voices, and then Henry Bowers, Patrick Hochstetter, not Bill, Victor, Chris, and Belch Huggins lighting each other's farts on fire. Warning, it gets fucked up from here. So if you want to continue listening, that's great. But if you want to skip this fucked up shit, I will skip it to where the fucked up shit ends. It should be right here. It should say when it should end. And let's continue. Victor and Belch has to fuck off because they have to go do something. And Patrick is like, "Come here, Henry. I want to show you something." Beverly's hiding in the car because she walked up and she was actually pretty scared on how casually she walked up, so she hid in the car. And when she heard that, she was kind of terrified because Patrick is. Have you guys heard of the quote, "Always watch out for the quiet ones"? He's a quiet kid. Anyways, they fucking. Oh, okay, so, Beverly peeks up out of the car a bit, and you know what she sees? Patrick is jerking Henry off and jerking himself off at the same time. Henry is like, and Patrick is like, "Do you want me to put it? Do you want me to put it in my mouth?" Henry is like, "What?" Right into Patrick's face. "I don't go for any of that shit," he says, and walks off. And then Patrick tries to blackmail him $1 just because Henry got a boner from it. And then Henry's like, how about I won't tell anyone about your fridge," and he walks off. What he does in that fridge is he kills them. He kills animals, stuffs them in the fridge. He doesn't kill them necessarily. He just leaves them in the fridge to die. Like that's any better. But that's not even the worst thing Patrick's done. He killed his baby brother, for fuck's sake, out of jealousy. Maybe I should do Harry Potter next. Anyways, so Henry's gone. Patrick goes to his fridge to clear out what his last victim was, and then fucking leeches start flying and then start sucking on him. Not sexually, till his blood dry. One even lands on his eye, one in his mouth. And then last thing Patrick sees is a person like described as running wax falling down, like trying to decide what it is. And then Patrick hears, "Hello and goodbye." Patrick passes out, and then he wakes up later in the sewers to it feasting on him. It's kind of fucked up. So Beverly tells everyone this happened, and then Henry starts hearing voices from the moon after that. He gets a blade. He gets a blade from Pennywise. Gives him a brand new blade. Let's just say this is the blade. What does Henry do with it? And so that's what Henry does with it. And as fucked up as that is, that's exactly what Pennywise gave him the knife for. And then they go into the sewers, and then... Actually, I skipped a few parts. Beverly is walking down the street. Henry rolls up into that bitch, and then... Okay, I'm gonna rephrase that, because that sounded sexual now that I think of that. So Henry comes up and starts threatening Beverly with the knife, and then Beverly sacks him. And that's not even the first time Henry's been sacked either. Ben sacked him in the beginning too. Fuck. And she runs and then catches up to Ben, and then they fucking catch up to everyone else, and then they decide that's the day they have to go fucking knock on his house and fuck him up. As the losers go down into the sewer, it turns out Henry, Bowers, Belch, Huggins, and Victor Chris are waiting outside. Mike says they're described as like they're sleepwalking, and like so I'm assuming it is using them to actually help Henry, but then I guess it gets hungry and turns into Frankenstein's monster and tears Victor's head off and just rips half of Belch's face. And well, it's that both their deaths is different in both movies. As a matter of fact, I made a video a year ago of all of Henry's friends' death, and it got a lot of viewers. Thank you. Henry gets lost in the sewers, leaving his friends to die for hours. And Henry, a few days later, I'm guessing, Henry gets home and gets arrested for the murder of his father, and then gets sent to the fucking asylum. The kids, on the other hand, while Henry's friends are dying and he's looking for them, Bill and them are fighting off a giant eyeball from the movie The Crawling Eye from 1957 or 58. I don't know. And Eddie uses his inhaler to, like, he uses his imagination to think that the thing will fuck off when he does it, and it does. It works. This is where you guys are gonna want to take another toke, because this shit gets trippy. As a matter of fact, I'll take a toke with you guys. Just let me get it packed up for a moment. Where was I? Oh yeah, that's right. Bill gets knocked into the universe, or Michaelverse, or whatever you guys want to call it, and gets lost in some kind of void, and then a turtle who created the universe that threw up our universe is helping Bill, tell him to thrust his fists against the post and still insists he sees the ghost, and performs in the ritual of Chud, or the ritual of Chud. However it is, whatever it is, Bill bites on its tongue and starts performing the ritual of Chud, or Chud, and gets thrown back into his real world body, and then it fucks off, and then the kids want to escape because Bill remembers a thing that his dad told him, that you can easily get lost in the sewers, and it has happened before, that people have found dead bodies before, that people got lost in there. And like Henry, for example, he just got lost too. So the kids start walking up, trying to find a way up, and then Beverly has an idea. I didn't believe anyone when they told me this. I really didn't. I really didn't fucking believe them. They have a kid orgy. They're fucking 11 and 12 years old. These kids, they're fucking kids, Steven. What the fuck? What the actual fuck is wrong with you, man? How much cocaine were you... I know if you are my favorite author, Stephen King, and I do respect you with much respect possible. But why the fuck would you add a thing like that? Couldn't you have, like, just had them, like, find some way out without them fucking, like, it's too descriptive, dude. Why? I think this video has gone on long enough anyhow. So after the kids become men, let's just say, and a woman, they escape somehow. Fuck. I guess this Beverly's plan worked. And they get out, and then Stan finds a bottle. Bill makes them cut their hands, and then Stan makes a joke about slitting his wrists instead. News was too much for Stanley, and he writes one word. It. So that was part one. There's so much more of this book. This is, as you guys must know, this book is a big ass book, and it's fucking. Oh my god! Like, I almost didn't want to finish reading it halfway through because it was like, God, this book is taking it was forever. Like, this took me a year to read. Like, and I'm not even done too. Look. See, that's why this is here, because I have all this to read too. That's why part 2 won't be coming out until Halloween. Anyways, so that was part 1. Thanks for 200 subscribers. That was Smoke and Read. Peace out.